Okay, so it's pretty much Christmas. The year's almost over. I was really wanting to get another video done on the Tesla coil. I was wanting to get another video out on my Jaguar. There's the engine for that, just dying to go into the frame. But I got distracted with a couple of commissioned builds, and the commissioned builds help pay for my builds, and so they kind of take priority. Plus, it's been kind of cold in the shop, and honestly, I just don't feel like working on stuff when I'm freezing in the shop. So yeah, I've got plenty of excuses. Now, maybe I might get a video out on the Tesla coil or the Jaguar before the year is done, maybe. We'll see. I don't know, but probably not. So I want to talk about this and a few other projects. So this video is going to be a look at this one, another project, and talk about a few other things maybe. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. I haven't really planned it out. So I saw this model years ago on eBay, and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. And I didn't even have a clue what that was. I just saw big engine, big box, and I'm like, that's pretty cool, 1/8 scale. And I wanted it, but it was like $60. And I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $60 for an engine. And this was actually before I knew what Pocher was. I mean, this was a long time ago. And every time one of these came up, I'm like, man, I really want that, but they're really expensive. And then I learned about Pocher, and I learned what Pocher was. And then I really wanted one, but I just couldn't justify paying. I mean, they're going for $60 plus. And finally I saw one, and the bidding was low. It was best off or whatever. I offered him $25 and he took it. And at the time, there's another one on eBay, buy it now for like 50 or 55. So I got this for half the price of the next cheapest one on eBay, so I had to get it. And of course, Pocher makes a truck. This is, I'll show you what the truck looks like here in a second. Pocher makes a truck, but at the moment, on eBay, there's one for $2,000. There's another one for, what was it, $970. I'm not that kind of rich. In fact, I'm kind of cheap. I should have named my channel like cheap builds or something like that, because I always try to do stuff as cheap as I can. I'm always buying the cheapest of whatever I can get, or building it the cheapest way I can build it. But let's take a quick look at this. I did open it earlier. I didn't really look at it too much, but I opened it. So we'll take a look at parts and pieces. We'll just get this out of the way and look at some of these parts bags. Starting off with the radiator. Now, one thing about model kit radiators, I don't care how good they're done, they just don't usually look as nice as they could. I mean, it's okay. I could probably leave it like that. But I would like it to look more radiator-y. You know what I mean? So what I might do is just, I don't know, dry brush some silver or stainless or aluminum color, and then do a wash of flat black inside of all of that. I don't know, we'll see. We'll take a look. We'll see what we can do with that. But yeah, that's pretty much just the radiator and the radiator shroud. Nothing too special there. And then we got this bag. And I tell you, I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, but this is actually bigger than I expected. Now, I've seen photos online. I've been doing a lot of, looking at images of the engine, both model and real. I see a lot of people putting like copper wire or brass wire from here. I guess this is like the fuel manifold, from here up to the top of the engine for the fuel nozzles. And of course, I'll be doing that. I'm going to do my best to make this as realistic as possible. So I'm going to be looking at a lot of reference photos, trying to see what some of these things are. That looks like it could be a lever that, I don't know, I'll see what that is. Try to make things look more realistic, try to make things more realistic. But you know, this is your typical Poacher stuff. Fairly decent details on it. And take a look at this bag. There's some parts falling off. That's fine. A lot of those parts are falling off. And of course I'll be doing some detail painting and some weathering and stuff. Now my thought process for this, nice little turbo parts there. My thought process for this is to not make it look like a brand new engine right out of the factory. I mean, that would be easy. Just put it all together, put a coat of green paint on it and call it done. I also don't want it to look like it's been in the truck for 10 years, because then it would just be covered in oil, you know. I would just build it and then put a coat of oil and grease on it, and then it would be done. I want it to look like it's been gently used. See, I'm pretty good at making things look brand new. Put a fresh coat of paint on it, and that's it. I'm pretty good at that. I'm not very good at weathering and detailing to a great extent. Usually when I try to do a ton of weathering, I don't know, I think it just looks too much. I don't know. So typically I'll start weathering stuff, and it's like I'll put some weathering on it, and then I'll be like, man, it's too much, and I'll check out, and I'll just stop. So I want it to look gently used. You know, I want the exhaust manifold to look a little bit crusty. I want there to be a few oil seeps, grease stains here or there, you know, a little bit of dust collected in some places, a little bit of rusty areas. Of course, all those wires from the fuel manifold come up to the top here. And also, something I noticed on this piece, on the side of the engine here, that part right there, that I'm assuming is a breather from the, it's like an oil breather to go back down to the oil tank here. If any of you know these Volvo engines, truck engines, please correct me, please let me know. But I'm assuming there's supposed to be a fitting and a rubber hose come down to breathe back into here. The way they molded that in like that, that's more monogram level than Poacher level. That's kind of cheating, you know, I don't like that. So yeah, because there's like a little bolted on bracket here and here, so that's supposed to be a tube that comes down. So I will be cutting that off, and of course that'll put a hole all the way through it. So I'll cut all that off, fill that all in nice and smooth, and I'll put an actual hose in there to make that look a lot better. That's about to fall off there. So yeah, that's just, you know, some of the stuff I want to do to make it a little bit more believable, a little bit more realistic. Again, I think I mentioned this on another build. When I build a model, I want it to be like, if somebody's looking at a photo, I want them to take a second to realize that it's a model and not the real thing. That's kind of my goal. Here's your typical Poacher instructions. Just one piece of paper, both sides. It's pretty straightforward. I think adding all the extra details, plumbing and wiring, will probably, you know, be more complicated than putting the whole thing together in the first place. There's this thing. Do not forget to require us the catalog of our prestigious cars and scale. I won't forget that. See, we have a hose, and we have some little hoses and tubes and belts and a little plaque. And there are no decals. I remember I said I opened this box when I first got it a couple days ago. I realized there are no decals. I found decals on eBay. You can buy a sheet of decals for the oil filter and the fuel filters here, and for the little plaque for the turbo. That was like $7 for a small little sheet of decals. I think it'll be well worth it to help this kit look more believable when it's done. So, for those of you curious what kind of truck this goes in, well, I just got another package in the mail, literally, let's see, this video is 9 minutes and 45 seconds long already. I got this in the mail literally 10 minutes ago. I have not opened the box yet. And for those of you thinking I bought the Poacher Volvo, remember what I just said about 7 minutes ago. I'm not that kind of rich. So let's open this box and I'll show you what I got. Yeah, I guess I'm not a cool unboxer. I should be using like a hacksaw or something, right? All right. That's it right there. Now, again, I got this for half the price what they normally sell for. And I promise you, I've not opened this up yet. I'm very excited. I've always liked trucks. I've just never like been into them. You know, I've never like, well, I built a truck, man, probably 30 years ago when I was like a real little kid. It was just one of those snap together things. This should be a pretty cool model. Now you will notice something. That right there is a little bit smaller than that. So this won't fit, but bear with me here. I got an idea. For those of you who have seen some of my videos, you will know that I have, is that taped? Yeah. Like why I want it open. I have taken other models and made them 3 times bigger. You see where I'm going with this? You remember the battle, what was it? I'm already trying to blank. The Psykill model, that was like a couple years ago. And the Valkyrie, the Robotech Valkyrie. And guess what? That just sold on eBay a couple of weeks ago. So thank you very much. I just drew a blank on your name. Chris? Yeah, if you're watching this, you know who you are. I just sold that. Thank you very much. That was very nice. That went to someone who appreciated it. And so, right off the bat here, we've got some decals. Those look nice. And we've got instructions. You know, my favorite part about buying a kit is looking at the pieces right here, right now, what I'm doing right now. This is my favorite part about buying a new kit and buying a new model. And so yeah, this should be, you know, nice looking instructions, good looking instructions. This should be a cool build. So, like I said, my plan is to take all of these pieces, make them 3 times bigger, and put that truck engine in it. How cool is that? I'm not going to 3D print everything 3 times bigger. You probably can't see anything through that glare. But, you know, I'm not going to 3D print everything bigger like I did the others. I'm going to, like, properly build it, you know, like whatever materials would be best. Steel, brass, aluminum. I don't know how I'm going to do the tires yet. I'll probably machine them and cast them out of rubber. This should be a good, proper, long-term, hard build. Of course, I got to get the Jaguar done first. Should I open all these bags now? Yeah, what's the fun if we don't open all the bags? So, now occasionally, when you're looking on eBay, you will find somebody posting parts of the actual Pocher truck. And I'm thinking, if I ever see somebody post tires, I might just snatch those up. I don't know if that's cheating or not. Well, it's my build, it's my rules. I can do whatever I want to, right? Get this bag opened up here. Nice looking wheels. See, like the frame, chassis frame here. You know, I could do all of that out of steel or brass. Some of these parts are going to be very difficult, I'm sure. But I can figure it out, maybe. There's the 24 scale engine. Now, I did just recently buy a CNC router. Still trying to figure out how to use it. Having problems with the computer. It's going to run it though. But yeah, maybe that'll help me make some of these parts, maybe. Obviously a lathe for some of those. So this will, you know, I don't know when I'm going to actually start this project. It'll probably be a while. I mean, I want to finish the Jaguar first. Probably get the Tesla coil done. Get some of these bigger projects done before I start another bigger project. See, some of these parts will be pretty challenging, I'm sure. And I'll be using the 3D printer a little bit. Probably the 3D or the CNC router a little bit. Probably do some casting, but I'm not going to pull all those parts out. Sorry, if you were wanting me to. Let me show you one more project, because you know, I can't have too many projects. I need to just stop buying stuff because I've got more than I can probably build in my lifetime. But I did get one more thing. It's something I've been wanting for a long time, but they always sell for like way too much money. I finally got a cheap one. Wow, I can't even see all that in there. Hold on. Yeah, so as you know, maybe, if you've seen in my videos before, I've been kind of collecting the 1/8 scale monogram models, and the Trans Am has been one that I've been wanting since the beginning, but I've never seen one sell for less than like 200 bucks. And this one came up for, well, I got it for 150. And which is more than I wanted to pay for a model kit. However, given what it is, and that I've been trying to get one for ever, I decided to, you know, it was the cheaper, one of the cheaper ones I've seen. I decided to go for it and go ahead and get it. I actually didn't expect to win the auction. I just put in one bid, and I'm like, if I get outbid, fine, because again, it was a little bit more than I wanted to pay, but nobody else bid. I got it for 150. Now it is falling apart, which is fine with me because I'm going to completely strip it apart anyways and completely rebuild it, new paint, interior, leather, fabric, I don't know, whatever the real car has. You know, I love the car, but I don't know anything about it. So, you know, I'll do everything possible. New chassis, suspension, engine detailing. I'm not sure what to do with the decal here. It's not horrible. I was kind of hoping it would be in worse shape because then I wouldn't feel bad about just taking it off. But it is crooked. It's closer to that edge than it is here. And that corner here has been kind of messed up a little bit. And I do want to paint the car. And of course that would have to come off to paint the car. So I guess I'll just keep an eye out for new decals. They do come up on occasion. And I was thinking just not put it on there. But I'm like, you know, every car I've seen, like real images of the real car online, like 99% of them have the bird on it. So I can't not put him on. I don't know, I'm still torn about that. So I'll keep an eye out for decals. I'll probably just pick up the first set of decals I see come up on eBay. Because again, I'm going to at least need the lettering and the other decals and stuff because, like I said, I'm going to paint it. So whoever built this, you know, they did a pretty decent job. Minus the fact that I don't know what kind of glue they used, but things are just falling off. Well, you know what? I see the problem. They didn't take any of the chrome plating off. Model cement does not work on chrome plating. You know, it'll stick it on for a little bit, but it's just going to pop off. So they didn't take any chrome plating off. They did do some decals. They did paint the engine. There is paint on the bottom. Some of the exhaust stuff is painted, but all the spare parts are sitting in here. So it's in pretty good shape. Definitely a good candidate to strip apart and rebuild. Put all that in there so I don't lose it. Yeah, I'll have to, man, the lighting is horrible. Sorry about that. Of course it is dark and it's all black. But obviously I'm going to have to make the doors open, got to make the lights work, got to make the trunk open, got to put the hinges on the hood. This is going to be a lot of work. So next year I've got a lot of work to do. Got to finish the Jaguar, which is like right here. Right. Got to finish the Jaguar. I might do this before I do the Volvo truck, maybe. I don't know. I got to finish the Tesla coil. Like I said, I have some commission builds I'm working on. I got to finish those. And I also have a lot of monogram, a lot of other monogram models. Got the Camaro, a couple Corvettes, and So yeah, anyways, I'm rambling on just to kind of give you an idea of my year, or give you an idea of some of the projects I've got in mind coming up. I think I also showed I got the Pocher Fiat. I think I showed you that a while ago. Anyways, like I said, I'm going to stop rambling. I mainly just wanted to get a video out, just kind of explain why I haven't put a video out in a while, and to give you an idea of some of the other projects I've got coming up, some of the things I have in mind. And this isn't it. I've got like 10 other things that I would like to get done. It's just I'm kind of slow. So be patient with me. Hopefully we'll get some good content, some good videos out coming up soon. So if you like stuff like this, stay tuned. We'll get the builds out. So until next time, probably next year, as always, thanks for watching.